Hello and welcome to Volume 2 of Blackpool Trams. For an overview and quick history of the system, plus more tram footage and a ride on one of the newer Flexity 2 trams, check out Volume 1 in the link below. In this video, we'll be riding on Blackpool's heritage service to get from North Pier to Fleetwood and back.
This is a different model tram. I'll get this one.
Seem to decide which way to go. Yeah, you're right. Picking up passengers from there. You can't access the other heritage stop if you go straight down. You want to? It's not an illumination train.
It's one of
It's
the
just
ones
open
that
top.
turn into.
No, it's just open top with some fancy lights. Very peculiar looking tram.
trams, another good combination. Welcome to Extra David. Ah.
So we've come right to the end of the line here at Fleetwood Ferry. I thought they only went as far as Cabin, but apparently on some days they go all the way to Fleetwood. Now, for anybody who's seen our Poulton Le Fylde video, there's a little abandoned junction that goes off from Poulton Le Fylde, and it used to come here to Fleetwood, which is where the line originally went before Blackpool. There've actually been 3 different stations here in Fleetwood, and we've decided, since there's a 50-minute wait for the next Heritage Tram, we're going to go and do a whistle-stop tour of all of them. But before we go look for the stations themselves, this building is the North Euston Hotel. The reason it's called the North Euston Hotel is, and this is, I know this because of Michael Portillo, but when the railway first came here, this was as far north as it went. So anybody going to Scotland would come to Fleetwood by train and then go onwards to Scotland either by stagecoach or by boat, but they'd often stay here overnight, and they would stay here in the North Euston Hotel. Park opposite is appropriately called Euston Park. So just around the corner is one of the stations, or the remains of it. This was Fleetwood station number 2 on Queen's Terrace. 4 platforms, plus platform 5, which was a boat platform, was demolished after the beaching cuts, and yeah, so it was turned into basically ferry loading, which is what you can see now. But you can quite clearly see where the station was, even if there's nothing actually left of it. So just around the corner, this kind of massive open abandoned space continues. Somewhere around here was the first station, also called Fleetwood, at Dock Street. There's only one platform, so you can see why. So not long after it was built, it was closed, and then the new one was built slightly further up. Again, you can quite clearly see where it was, but no actual trace of it. So just looking ahead on Wikipedia, it looks as though they basically built a road through the third and final station, which was Wire Dock. It was a different station that was renamed to Fleetwood after the original Fleetwood closed, and then it also closed 4 years later. But as I said, they built a road through it, so there's even less to see than with these two. So we're giving up and heading back. So really the only thing you can see here, which is interesting, is the North Eastern Hotel. Apart from that, not much remains of Fleetwood's railway history. It's a special Brexit themed tram. See? So we've come off the tram back here at Blackpool North slash Blackpool Tower. We'll get back on it in a bit to go all the way to the end of where the heritage trams go, which is the Pleasure Beach. But first we're going off to go and find the Rigby Road depot, because apparently it is a model weekend, so there'll be some model trains to see, and also obviously the actual trams in the depot. Rigby Road Depot, which I'll make a separate video about, used to have two branches connecting it to the tram line along the promenade. One running via Lytham Road and Hopton Road is still in use, whilst the other, running via Princess Street and Blundell Street, is now abandoned.
So we're walking to Rigby Road Depot. We've been very very minorly detoured by this little abandoned bit of loop of track, which I wanted to go have a look at. It goes around. I think it probably goes to the depot. In fact, I can see the depot. It's over there. So I think it's just another route into the depot. You can still see the electric pylons. No, it doesn't. I think maybe this was the way into the depot and then they built a new, quicker access route.
If this is it, that's an actual track moving off to the right, that's a sharp turn.
I believe it is, yeah. Oh, trams can do sharp turns. So that was Rigby Road Depot. We just had a model exhibition there, and then we had a tour of the depot itself, which was a very, very interesting tour. Lots and lots of trams. There were all sorts in there. Found out a bit about them, found out a bit of insight into the process behind restoring them and how they find them, and the amount of work that goes into actually keeping these in service. And these are all very old trams from the 1930s and 40s. Here's a bubble car that is running a shuttle service to and from Blackpool North Pier / the Tower. We're now going to take that to get back to North Pier, from where we will walk back to Blackpool North Station. There was a vague plan to go from Blackpool South to Preston, but the train times are not in our favour to do that. So maybe we'll come back and do the Blackpool South line another day. Today we're just going to head straight home from Blackpool North. But first, one last tram. Look, that's that junction. I think that's the line we were following before.
stop, North Pier, Tower, Town Centre.
Finally, let's take a look at the progress on the extension to Blackpool North, which joins the existing network at a Delta junction. Last time I was in Blackpool, in 2017, the beginning of this Delta junction had been installed. Since then, much of the track has been laid, plus a third platform has been installed at North Pier stop for trams towards Blackpool North. The end of the line, however, is nowhere to be seen. It seems as though this is because the building that's in the way has yet to be demolished. The tracks currently just sort of end. The line was originally supposed to be completed in 2018, but now will most likely open in 2020 or 2021.